Guys, I am Mrs. Coster and I am so excited to be your biology teacher this year. The purpose of today's presentation is to give you a chance to get to know a little bit about me and also a little bit about the course. On the screen you're going to see my daily schedule for this fall semester, so if you ever need to know where I am, this is what my schedule is going to look like. If you have me 5th or 6th period, you will also have an additional support teacher in your classes. 5th period will be with Coach Donaldson and 6th period will be with Miss Singler. I'm going to spend a whole year getting to know about you and who you are as people, so I think it's only a little bit fair that you get to know about me and what makes me the type of person that I am. So on this screen you can see some of my favorite things, and I will talk a little bit about some of these. So I actually am a graduate of the East Cobb school system. I went to Addison Elementary and then J.J. Daniel Middle School, and I did graduate from our rival, Sprayberry High School, but don't worry, when Lassiter and Sprayberry play each other, I am a Trojan now, so go Trojans. I got my undergraduate degree, so my bachelor degrees in biology and psychology from the University of Georgia, UGA, so go Dogs. You will hear me cheering for them all throughout the fall when football season is happening. And the rule is that if, heaven forbid, the Dogs lose on a Saturday, you are not allowed to speak of it on Monday. Does everybody understand? That's the rule. I got my graduate degrees from Kennesaw State University, my Master's of Arts in Teaching, Biology Education, 6 through 12. And I can't talk about who I am as a person without talking about the most important thing to me, which is my family. So I am married. My husband and I will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary this October, which is crazy. He is in the military. He's in the Army. He's a major. He works currently for the Georgia National Guard, so he's not like stationed at a post anywhere. He does live here. My oldest son's name is Ethan, and he was born July 6, 2012, so he just turned 5. And Ethan is into all things science. You can probably imagine why. He actually had a science-themed 5th birthday party this summer, and that was all his idea, not mine, I promise. But he's a lot of fun right now. And he's starting kindergarten this year, so I'm kind of a nervous mom, but I'm also super excited for him. My younger son's name is Grant, and he was born February 5th, 2015, so that makes him 2.5 years old. And Grant is your typical rough and tumble kind of kid. He loves to get messy and wrestle with his brother, and he's a lot of fun right now as well. And then we are expecting our 3rd baby boy. He is due December 28th, and both Ethan and Grant are super excited to be getting another baby brother. And I can't talk about my kids without talking about my first kid, which is my dog, Crosby. He's a miniature Schnauzer. He is almost 12 years old, so he's moving a little slower, but, you know, I love him just like I do any of my other children. Okay, so now that you know a little bit about me, let's learn a little bit about the course itself. So like I said, you're taking biology as your science course this year. On this slide, you're going to see the percentages and how we grade. So a little bit different than how other classes grade. So instead of having like tests are worth this percent, your different units are worth different percentages. So our first unit is worth 10%. All the other units this semester are worth 15% of your grade. And then you do have a cumulative, which means it covers everything, final exam at the end of this semester, which will be 15% of your grade. Okay, now what does each unit look like? Well, each unit consists of a unit packet of daily work, which I'll talk about more in just a second, labs, hands-on activities, projects, both minor and major, quizzes, and then always a summative unit test. Almost all of our tests in biology this year will have both multiple choice and free response sections. So let's talk a little bit about that unit packet, because you're going to hear me talking about the unit packet from day 1 in the class. Your unit packet will always be due on the day of a test, so not on the day of a quiz, but on the day of a test. And depending on the size of the unit and how much information there is, it's going to be between 5 and 10 items. Now this can consist of things like notes organizers, graphic organizers, practice work we do in class, web quests, online work, any of those minor activities, and then any in-class review. Now it sounds like it consists of a lot, but in reality most of this is done in class together, and we go over most of the answers in class. So if the day before the test you're finding that you are having to do a lot of work on your unit packet, that should be a pretty good indicator to you that you're not using your time in class effectively. So just something to be mindful of. So unit packets always due on test day. Okay, being tardy. In my class, being on time means that when the bell rings, you are in your seat, pencil in hand, ready to work. It does not mean that you are throwing yourself into the classroom as the last bell is ringing. Now, here's some advice. Always learn what your teacher's pet peeves are. One of my big pet peeves is headphones in the ears. So before you walk in the door, make sure those headphones are out. I don't care whether you're listening to music or not, those headphones need to be out because I want your full attention, and phones need to be put away. I'm going to give you lots of opportunities to use your phone, I promise, but I will tell you when those opportunities are. So when it's a no phone time, it needs to be put away. If you are late to school, you need to actually check in through PPO in the front office. If you are just late to class, let's say it's fourth period and you were just moving slow and you're late, you come in, I will not even say anything to you. I will just mark you late in Synergy, which is how we take attendance. And then any three tardies is going to result in an automatic administrative write-up, and that's a department policy. Now, cheating, make sure you read the syllabus very carefully because a science course is a unique course, so there are some sort of unique things in regard to cheating. The big one is going to be lab work and group work. So group work is such a critical component of this class, and we encourage you to collaborate when you are doing group work and work together and share information. But make sure that whatever you are writing down on your paper, if you're handing something in individually, that it is written in your own words. Okay, the on-level biology policy, so not just me, but all on-level biology teachers, is that we do not accept late work, ever. We work pretty hard to, make it so that it's hard for you to turn in late work. Okay, we do things in class together, and then they're due at the end of class. But just make sure that you know ahead of time what those due dates are. So how are you going to know? Well, I'm going to work really hard to make sure that you have been given plenty of time and plenty of notification of when things are due. So I'm going to say it a million times in class until you're tired of hearing it. It will always be on my class blog, my class website, which I'm really good about updating. And then you should sign up for these text message reminders. So if you haven't done this already, I would encourage you to pause and do this right now. Text 81010, and then in the body of the message, just write @Koster LHS. And I send reminders about everything from don't forget we're meeting in the media center today to you have a test on Wednesday. So make sure and I encourage parents to sign up for that as well. Make sure that you are both signed up to receive those message reminders. What if you are absent? Okay, if you are absent, check the blog, the class website first, because I update that every week and I change it if things change. So check that first and print off any electronic documents that you missed or whatever it says to do. And if there is some hard copy that you can't print off for some reason, check the black tray, and I'll show you where that is in class, because any extra copies that I have of things I put in there. Ask a classmate. That's always a good resource, and make sure you ask them for any notes or any warm-ups that you missed. And then after you have done those things, then come see me. Okay, here's another pet peeve that all teachers have. When you are absent, don't go up to your teacher and say, "What, did I miss anything yesterday?" Because of course you missed something. So do those things first, and then if you still need clarification, come see me. Now, Cobb County policy is that if you have an excused absence, you get that number of days plus one extra day. So if you're absent for 2 days, you get those 2 days to make up work plus an extra day. So you would get 3 days to make up work if you have 2 excused absences. If you are absent the day before a test, that will always be a review day. You will still have to take the test on the regularly scheduled time. So just be mindful of that. If you have an orthodontist appointment and you're missing my class the day before a test or whatever, you're still going to have to take it on the day of the test, and you'll just have to do the review on your own at home. Now, if you find yourself ever needing extra help, you can meet me before school, but I have meetings a lot of times in the morning, so that doesn't need to be by appointment. So you just come and say, "Hey, I'd like to come get some extra help, Wednesday morning," and I will tell you whether or not that's okay. We do have an after-school extra help session every week, and that schedule is posted on my website and also right outside the classroom door. And then we have an academic support enrichment class at Lassiter in between first and second period, and you get to sign up for whatever class you want. So you can sign up for biology or you can sign up for math, wherever you think you're going to need extra help. But if you want to come see me, if you're not in my class and you want to come see me, you have to get a pass from me first so that you can show it to your teacher and they'll mark you, present and not absent. So just make sure that you do get an appointment for that as well. I utilize what's called a flipped classroom. This is a critical component of my course. This is what you're doing right now. So a traditional class, you would have a lecture in class, and then you would have, homework outside to do at home on your own. So I flip that. You do the easy part, watching a lecture that I would have taken two days in class, now is maybe 13-minute video. You do that at home, take notes on it. I give you the sheets to take notes on. It's super easy. And then in class, we do all of that work that you used to have to do at home by yourself. So I will always give you several days to complete a video lecture, and if you need access to a computer, you can't access a computer at home, or maybe your internet is out, our media center is awesome about having extended hours. So you can go to 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and also during your lunch periods, Monday through Thursday, and then 7 a.m. to 3:30 and also during your lunch periods on Friday. And the benefits of this, research shows that this allows you to work at your own pace, to rewatch information when needed, to access information at home, to be able to review for a test. And then really what it does is it gives us more hands-on time in class, and it allows us to do things where you might need me as a resource to help you instead of having to do it alone by yourself at home. Some important links that you're going to want throughout the year: my email address. You can email me anytime. Just be mindful that I don't always check my email outside of school hours. We do have an online textbook. You can check out a hard copy if you want, but we do have the textbook online as well. And then my website. You're definitely going to want to familiarize yourself with my website because you will be checking it a lot throughout the year. Now, I asked my students in the past, I gave them a little survey. Generally speaking, what were your tools for success in this course? So I'll let you read this on your own. You can pause on this if you need to. But the big things were that they said watching those video lectures, they would not have been successful. 82% of them said that they would not have been successful if they didn't watch the video lectures. Using quizzes as a review for their test, and then reviewing their unit packets were the big ones. I asked them, what advice would you give to incoming students taking biology with me? And again, you can pause and read some of these because some of them are pretty funny. Everything from, aim for the A, you really can do it in this class, to cheer for the dogs, get on Mrs. Coster's good side, to labs are hard, but take them seriously because they are a big grade and help you learn. So feel free to pause on that and read through some of these responses. When I asked them, what are your thoughts on the flipped classroom? 96% of students responded that they found the method helpful. In fact, many students at the end of the year will say things like, I wish all my teachers did this, or are my science teachers going to do this next year? They prefer, doing the easy part at home, taking notes, that's not difficult, and then doing all the difficult work in class together. When asked how useful was the blog to you in this class, 85% of students said that it was very helpful. 97% of students signed up for those remind text messages, and 91% of students strongly agreed that those text messages helped them to remember upcoming assignments and assessments. And then just some things to look forward to. I asked them, what was your favorite activity, lab, or project? So you can feel free to pause and read some of these responses. But, seeing the bacteria growing in my yogurt, or the Make a Baby lab because it was hilarious, or researching my own family and making a pedigree. So lots of things to look forward to in this course. It is really fun, and I love teaching it. And then finally, I hope these QR codes work on your screen so you can pause and try to use those QR codes. Otherwise, I did put where you can find these things. But again, if you haven't already, go on my class website and really just click around. You obviously got there, that's how you're watching this video, but click around and see where everything is, because you will be spending lots of time on that throughout the year. The syllabus, you need to make sure you read it. Everything that I went over in this video is on the syllabus, but there's also some extra information in there that you're going to want to familiarize yourself with. And you can find that under General Class Documents on the class website. And then on the very last page of the syllabus, or on this link right here, you're going to fill out a Google form that says that you have read and you understand the syllabus. So instead of signing a syllabus like you'll do probably for most of your other classes, you're going to fill out an electronic syllabus acknowledgement. So it's your way of saying that I have read the syllabus. And that's something you need to sit down with your parents and do together, because it does require some information from your parents as well. Okay, that's all I have today. This is your first video lecture of the year, so congratulations. I hope you're having a wonderful day.